I was designing a toilet seat for a magician.
From designing toilet seats to Townships, the Brian Chesky story. Once upon a time, in the small town of Niskayuna, New York, a young boy named Brian Chesky grew up with big dreams. Raised in a humble, middle-class family, Brian's early years were far from extravagant. However, it was this very upbringing that instilled in him the drive and determination to make something extraordinary out of his life. His journey from poverty to wealth would become a source of inspiration for countless aspiring entrepreneurs. A humble beginning. Brian Chesky was born on August 29, 1981, to social worker parents, Deborah and Robert H. Chesky. Growing up, he experienced the everyday struggles of a middle-class family. His parents instilled in him the values of hard work and perseverance, which would later prove to be instrumental in his success. From an early age, Brian displayed an aptitude for creativity and design. He was an imaginative child, always coming up with innovative ideas and creating his own adventures. His love for design started to take shape during his school years, where he showed a particular interest in drawing and building things. Little did he know that these early interests would eventually lead him to build an empire. The pursuit of education. Brian's parents, recognizing his love for art but also needed him to be financially successful. At that time, the use of art to create financial stability was doubtful. They encouraged him to pursue higher education. However, he still went with what he loved instead of what seemed secure.
And then one day I tell my mom, I said, I'm going to be an artist. And I said, no, Mom, I promise I'm going to get a job. And she said, oh my God, you chose the only job in America that'll pay less than a social worker. You're going to get paid nothing. And that was probably the pretext to that yearbook quote.
In 1999, he left for the Rhode Island School of Design, RISD, a prestigious institution known for its emphasis on design and innovation. But this move was not without its challenges. The cost of attending RISD was astronomical, and Brian's family didn't have the means to cover the expenses. Undeterred, Brian took it upon himself to find a way. He worked tirelessly during his college years, taking on part-time jobs to support his education. From waiting tables to working in a local grocery store, Brian was no stranger to hard work. He knew that if he wanted to achieve his dreams, he had to start from the ground up. The chance meeting. While at RISD, Brian accidentally discovered his passion for design, particularly industrial design. It was during this time that he met Joe Gebbia, another student who shared his vision and creativity. The two became fast friends, sharing a common dream of making a meaningful impact in the world of design. Despite their shared enthusiasm, Brian and Joe faced a significant challenge. They were both aware that many brilliant design ideas often remained unrealized because of a lack of funding. The thought of changing this narrative would lead to the birth of an idea that would change their lives forever. The Airbnb dream. In 2007, Brian and Joe moved to San Francisco to pursue their design careers.
I have $1,000 bank. I get to San Francisco. Rent is $1,150. And I thought, wow, I should have asked that before I came up to San Francisco.
However, they soon realized the harsh reality of life in one of the most expensive cities in the United States. Their rent was sky high, and they struggled to make ends meet. One evening, Brian, Joe, and their roommate, Nathan Bleckerchick, sat around their living room brainstorming ideas to generate some extra income. It was during this late-night session that they had an epiphany. What if they could rent out a few air mattresses in their apartment to travelers who needed an affordable place to stay?
That weekend, an International Design Conference was coming to San Francisco. All the hotels are sold out. I said, well, what if we just turned our house into a bed and breakfast for a design conference? And we called it airbedandbreakfast.com.
This simple idea was the inception of what would become Airbnb, a platform that would change the way people travel and find accommodation. Little did they know that their idea would evolve into a global phenomenon. The Airbnb revolution. Brian, Joe, and Nathan started small, posting their idea on a simple website. They called it Air Bed and Breakfast, highlighting the air mattresses they had available for travelers. The response was immediate and positive. People began booking their accommodations, and the trio was thrilled to welcome their first guests. The success of Airbnb wasn't immediate, though. It took years of dedication, hard work, and perseverance. Brian and his co-founders faced numerous challenges, from legal battles to fundraising difficulties. Yet, their vision and unwavering determination kept them going. Brian knew that they were onto something big, and he was not willing to let obstacles deter him. The Airbnb impact. Over the years, Airbnb expanded rapidly, disrupting the traditional hospitality industry. What started as a way to make a few extra dollars from air mattresses had grown into a global marketplace for people to rent their homes and spaces. Airbnb had created a community of travelers and hosts who were not just looking for a place to stay but for unique, authentic experiences. As the company's co-founder and CEO, Brian Chesky played a pivotal role in shaping the company's values and mission.
And we also have to know a different law, which is a law of human nature. And if you can start to understand that, then you can start to design for people.
He believed that Airbnb had the power to foster connections and bridge cultural gaps, providing an opportunity for anyone to turn their home into a source of income and connection. This idea had created a net worth of over $9.3 billion in 2023. Lessons from Brian Chesky. Brian Chesky's journey from poverty to wealth is a testament to the power of perseverance, creativity, and an unrelenting pursuit of one's dreams. He faced financial hardship, worked multiple jobs to support his education, and took a simple idea born out of necessity to transform it into a billion-dollar business. Here are some valuable lessons we can draw from his inspiring journey. 1. Start small but dream big. Brian, Joe, and Nathan didn't set out to build a global empire when they first started renting out air mattresses. They simply wanted to solve their own financial problems. It's okay to start small, as long as you dream big and are open to seizing opportunities when they arise. 2. Perseverance pays off. Brian encountered numerous obstacles on his journey, but he never gave up. Perseverance is key when you're facing challenges, and it often makes the difference between success and failure. 3. Embrace innovation. Brian and his co-founders embraced innovation by disrupting the traditional hospitality industry. They weren't afraid to challenge the status quo and offer something new and unique. 4. Trust your vision. Brian Chesky believed in the transformative power of Airbnb from the beginning. He trusted his vision and continued to work towards it, even when others doubted its potential. 5. Never forget your roots. Despite his immense success, Brian has remained grounded and connected to his roots. He understands the value of hard work and the importance of making a positive impact on the world. The legacy of Brian Chesky. Brian Chesky's journey from poverty to wealth is not just a story of personal success but also a tale of changing the world for the better. Airbnb has created economic opportunities for millions of people worldwide and brought people from different cultures and backgrounds closer together. Brian's story reminds us that no matter where we come from or what financial limitations we face, our dreams can be the driving force that propels us toward success. Toilet Seat to Township is a story of inspiration for anyone with big dreams but limited resources. It's a reminder that with determination, hard work, and innovation, you can turn your humble beginnings into a legacy of greatness, just as Brian Chesky did.